We're meeting up with Sarah of Muse 2320 today to do a little vintage shopping. It's a super cute shop. I've been here a couple of times. It's like a highly curated vintage antique shop, and there's different clusters everywhere. You'll see it as soon as we go in, but there's like so much of it. The very first time I went, I was here by myself, and I think I was here for like 2 hours. I'm not even lying. But it's also attached to a coffee shop. Flapping Monkey House of Coffee. There we go. Sign right there. What was the thing that we had last time? We got snacks here the first time. So we got like a latte and then...
a cinnamon roll.
Oh yeah, a cinnamon roll. It was this massive cinnamon roll, like whipped cream, I think, that had banana in it. The last time I was here, there was a little bit of Halloween stuff and also a bunch of really cool vintage hanging lamps. I still have 2 spots in my house that like I have hooks on the ceiling because our living room, that's all it has, is there's no overhead light. You just have to get lamps. And we've thought about changing it, but honestly, I guess I shouldn't speak for me and my partner, but I think it's been working. Do you like the hanging lamps? The vintage lamps that I've been finding?
I love the hanging lamps.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. It doesn't open till 11. And Sarah and Bob are on their way. We are gonna grab some coffee first and kind of just like hang out. Oh, I did bring some crochet with, just in case. So I have to wait, it's really not that long. But I'm working with the Kirschner Halloween yarn. This is the Monster Mash. Super, super sparkly right now. And I'm making this to go underneath some of my candle holders. I did a half double crochet with it just so I can see the color change a lot quicker, because when I first started doing it, I did a double crochet and there was just like too much space in between it. The colors were a lot further apart. I like this better. Basically every single row, or like every 2 rows, there's a color change. And then I think I'm gonna do a picot around the edging just to give it a fun little fancy border. Looks fancy, but very easy to make. This is one of those stores where you really have to commit some time to just walking through everything. It's interesting because there are just so many curators in there and everybody has their own style. Some of them are pretty similar, but like they all have their own little thing. And especially since Sarah is also really into thrifting, we were there for hours looking through everything. Like there are some parts that we still didn't even get to, so it's gonna go back on my list of places that I need to explore a little bit more. Sarah and I each found a really cool piece for our house, and then after we found that, we were kind of ready to go. We're like, okay, we'll come back another day, but I really want to see this piece in my house. Sarah found a collection of dishes that she's been looking for forever from a very particular artist, and then I found a hanging lamp that has black metal accent and red glass. It doesn't have a red light bulb in it, but I'm thinking about doing that. Sarah kind of mentioned that. She's like, you might want to think about doing that because it would add an extra bit of super gothic vampire vibes to it. I feel like this lamp was a prop in the movie Underworld, like genuinely in their library, in one of their hangout sections, and it just found its way into this thrift store. Like that's how much I love this lamp. At the checkout, they have these little cubbies in the back. I say little, they are huge. It's the entire back of the wall. And if you're looking for things and you find stuff, but you haven't even made it around to everything, you can go up there, get a cubby, and then they give you a number and continue walking. They do have carts to go through, but everything is just so close together. I just didn't even want to risk it, especially with a lamp, if I dropped it or it got bumped or chipped or something like that. So I just brought it up front, and then they were really kind in wrapping it and then putting it in a box all ready to go. My partner did find some pumpkin teacups that were really cool. There were 6 of them all together. I was just gonna think about it a little bit because this lamp was kind of just drawing my attention. I was like, yes, I really love those, but I'm just gonna walk over here, like just finish this corner of the store. Came back to it and they were already gone. The Halloween and fall decor is flying off of this thrift store. Here is their card, Wild Things Antique, coffee, vintage, antiques. So this is the design that the teacups were. And you're gonna be really sad, just like me too. Like they were spooky, vintage looking pumpkin cups. I don't know why I didn't just get them. My partner also was like, really? You want to set them back? Are you serious? Like, this is your style. Like, why do you not want this? It goes perfect with your haunted forest baristas. It's gonna hold my napkins, which I make reusable fabric ones. I think I'm just gonna roll them and kind of stack them up here. If I had the paper ones, you know, they would sit If I had the paper ones, they'd stand right up like this, but it's thick enough that I think I can get 5, maybe 6 of them if I roll them up pretty tight. And then this is gonna go right next to my skeleton head. It's supposed to be salt and pepper shaker, but I've decided to put nutmeg and cocoa powder in it instead. And so that's gonna go right next to it. It's just so creepy. I love this so much. Not only do they have home decor, but they also have clothing. So I got a couple of pieces there. So first I got this one, little Wednesday inspired dress. Yes, it does still have the shoulder pads in it. I will not be taking these out. The only thing that is missing, there's a spot for a belt. Just gives me another opportunity to go back because there was a section of belts hanging up on the wall. And at the time I walked through it pretty close to the beginning. I'm like, I don't really need a belt for any reason. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna need a belt for. And then this dress, total practical magic vibes. I'm in a garden having a tea party, and there are also shoulder pads. This actually has a name for it. It's called a magic dress, very specifically a 90s magic dress. If you know what that is, please help me out. Sarah and I both were thinking about it, and I know for sure I have seen this style of dress before, but I don't know what the magic dress means. Can I wear it different ways? Is it just because of, I don't know, there's buttons in the back here. But if you had a magic dress in the 90s and you have some like secret way to wear this, let me know. Otherwise, just by itself, it's a very cooling type of fabric and it's my colors. So we're gonna have to wash these up. It does have the instructions. So this one, I can machine wash it. Put it on cold though, and don't throw it in the dryer. Okay, the other one for sure. Hand wash only, don't even think about putting it in the dryer. It will shrink it up and make it all super weird. I have lots of other things that I hand wash, so I can just add it onto that pile. So that was our adventure, super fun. Highly suggest if you are in the area to go check out this coffee vintage antique shop. They do have a website. If you're not near the area, you can check that out. Now we need to get into our crochet along we are almost coming up to the end of the week here. We have Saturday, August 2nd. I have 4 more rows to work up in my red square right here. And what we're going to be watching today, since it is Series Saturday, is Truth Seekers. This is a paranormal investigation series. So freaking good. I love sci-fi horror. A little bit more emphasis on the sci-fi part, I would say, than horror. Though there are some moments where you're like, oh, that was intense. Just as a heads up, there are some episodes that deal with eye horror, which that is a really, for me, I can't handle a lot of that. You can see it coming from quite a ways away. I was able to kind of like pause, fast forward, ask my partner, like, okay, are we done with this? Because needles with the eye, I can't. I don't want to watch that. It's not my type of horror. I don't want to watch that. But it's actually kind of a pretty big plot setup of the series. So you at least need to know what's going on. Just letting you know, in case you're like me and you don't want to watch it actually. Just be ready for that. Otherwise, the entire series is so good, and I was so incredibly sad to learn that they're not going to have a season 2 because it was set up perfectly to have a season 2. If you end up watching it and you're also angry, just shout out in the comments. Like, I will chit chat with you about that because I was so ready for season 2. I just thought it was going to be so great. I know that it was fairly popular too. So for whatever reason, there's not going to be a second season. Go into that knowing and just enjoy every single moment of it. At the time that I watched it, it hadn't been announced that there wasn't going to be a season 2. So in the back of my mind, I was kind of thinking, oh man, this is going to be so great. And then they're going to go this way and this direction with that. No, just the one season, as of right now, anyway. It wasn't renewed, not picked up. Enjoy this series, though, as you're working up our Haunted Video Store blanket. And if this is not the series that you're going to be watching, you're not into paranormal horror, let me know what you're watching. Also, I have a whole section happening on my Instagram, so I've been collecting all of those. Every time I post, okay, this is what I'm watching tonight, many other ghouls are like, oh, that's cool, but this is what I'm watching. Fantastic. Keep that coming, especially for this series, because I'm making time on Saturday. So if you have any suggestion of series to check out, let me know. Otherwise, for today, that's it. So thanks for hanging out with me, doing a little Halloween decor thrifting. Have a super spooky rest of your night, and I will see you in my next video.